Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Natasha. Hello. It's been a while. It's been what, like a month? So there is a lot to talk about in this video. Let's get right into it. I'm very nervous. 2 years ago, I made a video called Never Been Kissed. For my channel, it went pretty viral. I think it has almost 300,000 views on it right now. Go watch that video if you don't really know what I'm talking about in this video. To sum up that video, it was me telling you guys more about my life and my struggles that I have gone through. And so in today's video, I am going to be addressing some of that and some of the things that I have been very quiet about on my channel. I share a lot of myself, but I don't normally do these super personal videos because my channel is all about like fashion and fangirl and watching TV shows and reading books. But I think it is very important to share what we've all been through in life because you never know if it's gonna help somebody. Let's get into the juicy stuff, the tea spilling. I had a boyfriend this year. Let's just back up from there. 2018 has been a weird one for me. Yeah, so much has changed. So much has changed. Like, I don't even know where to begin to, like, even tell you guys this because coming at this video, everything happened so recently that I haven't really had time to, like, stew about it and, like, chew on it and then, like, you know, digest it a bit. So it might be a little scattered, so I apologize, but I wrote a list down to help me. Okay, so boyfriend. Yes. Ex-boyfriend now. So I was in a relationship this year from February until July, and I dated a very popular YouTuber, and it was my first relationship. So there was a lot that I learned about myself from this relationship, and I kind of figured out what I'm looking for in somebody because I'm looking for a life partner. I'm not gonna just settle for somebody because it seems like the right fit. So this guy, who I'm not gonna name, nope, not gonna name, not gonna spill that much tea about it because I had a really great time. I'm gonna share some stuff about my feelings that may hurt him. I just want to protect him as much as possible because I don't think badly about that time at all. Yeah, so this last year was a weird one. I came out of 2017 having traveled a bunch. I went to Scotland, I went to Dallas, I went to New York and Atlanta. I was exhausted going into the holidays, and then coming out of the holidays, I was editing the variety show that I was a part of called Book Chat, and it kind of messed me up. Like, it messed up my groove and my love for editing and for making videos on my channel. And one of my very best friends moved away, Amy, and I didn't really have anyone to go to Disneyland with. So one night I went to Disneyland by myself, and this night like happened to change so much for me. I met one of my very best friends now. We haven't even known each other a year, but it's Heather Traska, and I just adored that girl. I've never had someone who was my exact same like body size and had so much of the same feelings. We love each other so much, and I met the guy that I dated for 5 months. So it all kind of happened really quickly. I'd never had anyone show interest in me like that, like ever. Or anyone that really kind of pursued me, but I'm a very passionate person and I look for romance. And even though I like to be silly and funny sometimes, I am very serious. I'm not like the person who like totally loves sitcoms. I really love like a good romance and some of those like really heavy TV shows, and so that really translates through my personality. What I noticed early on in the relationship is that I wasn't able to get deep with this person. Even though I was sharing things about my life and the tragedies and the dramatic things that I go through on a daily basis and have in the past, I just wasn't connecting, and I think that was the main problem. Yeah, being in a relationship is weird. I didn't realize like how much work was involved with this. Like texting someone every day about what you're doing, I'm just like, okay. And like I would feel it in myself, like if I didn't know what he was doing, I'm like, what is he doing? Why isn't he telling me like, does he not care about me today? Like, what's wrong? Like the mind tricks that go into your head, it's crazy. So my first kiss, a lesson I learned, maybe don't make a video about not ever having a first kiss in 24 years, because he watched it literally the day after I met him. He watched that video and he knew, and it was a thing for a while. Kissing is not my fave. And maybe I need to do it with the right person. So I met him in February. We didn't have a first kiss until April. It was a long, dramatic thing of like, when's it gonna happen? We had a very innocent relationship. And that's what I want as a Christian, as a person who has a relationship with Jesus Christ. I want to save myself, and I want to make sure that I don't go in heavy with someone until I know that they are the one for me. He had the same mindset as well. Everything was very slow with us. But yeah, kissing. I didn't like it. And then I was the one to break up with him. It was terrifying. I hated hurting him. I hated doing that to a person because I never thought I would do that. I always thought that I was a person who was going to get hurt in a relationship. And that's another thing I learned about myself. I am a survivor. I can get through any situation. And so I saw myself not being able to get to that like point of love, and I didn't want to be comfortable and then be stuck in something that I was unhappy. I've seen so many of my friends go through this situation where there is no love in a relationship, but they just stick it out because they think that there's going to be no one else for them, or they're just comfortable and this is how life is. And I don't want that for myself. I've gone through too many things. I've seen so much. I know that there's going to be someone out there for me, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know what life is going to bring me. And I do know that I like being single, so we'll see. If you've ever had to break up with someone who is just, like, there's nothing wrong with that person. It's just you're not connecting. I mean, any words of advice would be helpful, or just like letting me know that I'm not alone. I haven't really pursued anything from this point on. There's been a lot going in my life, and I haven't got back on the dating apps. I don't really like those things because I'm too scared to meet someone in person. I don't like that. I am a very confident woman, but when it comes to dating, I'm still like not the most confident, and I don't know if that's ever going to change, but we never know. If the right person comes along, then maybe I'll go for it again. Yeah, no, this experience was good. I'm glad that I went into it and I had that relationship. I think being a Christian, there are a lot of standards that come with like a relationship, especially with the other person's Christian too. Like, you just automatically think like, is this person gonna be the person I'm gonna marry? I didn't want to stick to that pattern. So if you guys have any questions about that, let me know. I'm gonna do a whole Q&A after this video because I know there's gonna be like so many questions after this. Okay. Romance. It's not what it is in the books at all, unless like you're in some very demanding situation and there's a ton of passion on each other's part. You're mostly looking for like a best friend who you want to be like romantic with, and that's about it. It's about like having that person to be your comrade in life. Not at all what I was expecting, but we'll see. I just need someone who's as serious as me. My favorite thing is to have one-on-one chats with my girlfriends and to talk about life and to cry with one another. Favorite thing. I can't always put on a smile. Like, that's what I felt in this relationship. Like, I was always smiling and being silly, and that's just not me. Moving on, what else did I write in my notebook? YouTube has been very unkind to me. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that like I fell out of love with my YouTube channel and with editing. I used to love editing and making videos, and now I just despise, I dread editing videos, even though once I get in the groove, I do enjoy it again, but just the fact of like getting myself to edit, it's very hard for me, and I don't want to sound like I'm whining at all, but I started this journey. If you guys don't know how or why I became a YouTuber, it all comes from like one thing, and that's Twilight. Twilight started everything for me. Like, it started my love of reading, pushed me into my love and strategic prowess for using social media to my advantage. Now, that might sound not very personable, but it is. I love social media. I love being on Twitter. I love interacting with humans who are across the world from me or who are in other states. I have all my best friends came from different states. So I love social media, but I am very strategic when it comes to figuring out like where my livelihood's gonna come from, because I made YouTube my full-time career in, what was it, 2017, I think, and I did it for like a year and a half, and it wasn't really working for me. But I started YouTube because of Twilight, and I was working for a online entertainment magazine called Page to Premiere, and then that's where I met Christine, because she wrote in to write for the site, and I had already been watching her videos, and like she kind of encouraged me, and I loved the content that she was making, and I really wanted to make content like that because I am a very creative person, and I like to have an outlet to discuss topics. I'm very big into discussion, and I lost that, I think, this last year. A lot of it was like I was keeping so many things to myself, like the relationship. This summer, when I had like no money and I had to take out credit cards to go to Comic-Con, I'm like, is this the turning point? Like, is this the point where I need to make a decision for my life that will impact my future? Because I tried to do the full-time YouTube thing, and it was killing me because I'm taking on way too many sponsorships. I prayed, and I'm like, Lord, is this the point where I need to get a full-time job? And I just went for it. Last year, I had an opportunity come up for a full-time job up in LA, and so I reached out to that friend from Twilight, actually. She's like, yeah, actually, my roommate has an opportunity for you, and that roommate was actually one of my friends from Twilight as well. And so it pushed me into making a resume and to talking to people who had a YouTube channel. Like, Reagan helped me so much during this time. I can't thank her enough for this, because I'm like, girl, how do you do this? How do you run a successful Instagram and a YouTube channel and have a full-time job and be in a relationship? She's goals, guys. Love Reagan. All my friends, I'm just so thankful for all your guidance and during this process. So I went up and I interviewed up in Burbank. I live in Orange County, if you didn't know that. And if you don't know, like, California geography, I live right next to Disneyland. And then LA is about like an hour and a half away from me. In traffic, it's like 2 hours. I was thinking, okay, if I get this job, then I'm gonna have to move up to LA. For so long, I wanted to move to LA. I thought that was the place to be. All of my best friends are up there. Christine's up there. But when the opportunity came, I didn't want to. Like, I was up there, and I'm like, if I take on this full-time job, am I still gonna be able to juggle YouTube when I have my family down here in Orange County who are just like an hour away? Like, how many times am I gonna have to be driving down here to be there for my family? Because my mom has mental illness and she suffers from an addiction. So I always feel like I have to take care of her. I got that job in Burbank, but I just wasn't feeling good about it. Like, even though my friend went on a limb and got me that job, I wasn't feeling like that was the right place for me. And this all happened in September, guys. Like, this happened so quickly. Like, this is only almost a month ago. So I started applying online, and I got a call back from a fashion brand that I was really excited about. They're in Orange County. They're kind of a startup, not really. I had a phone call interview, I went out and interviewed, and then like 2 hours after I had the interview, I got that job. I got the marketing assistant job for a fashion brand without a college degree. I did not go to college, guys, and I got that job. I even got the job up in Burbank. What? I can't, like, everything is for a purpose. Like, if you look back at your life, you can see how things are working for your advantage. And even though, like, you might go through some horrible, horrible times, I lost my dad. There's so much that went wrong in my life. All I can say is, like, God is good, and I'm faithful, and I've gone through so many things where I could have turned my back on him, but I didn't. And I'm so grateful. I started a job at the fashion brand. It's called Amaryllis Apparel. I am the marketing assistant. They're the second largest retailer on Zulily and Groupon and Jane.com. They hired me to build up their brand, like their brand awareness. I'm like reaching out to influencers. I'm seeing the other side of the business. I'm growing their social media. I'm putting together shoots for fashion, and like the fashion is very like trend forward, basic wear. I'll leave it linked down below if you guys want to check it out. But it's so fun, and I've been there for a month now. I'm exhausted. My whole life has changed. Like, I'm waking up like so early in the morning, and I'm going to work, and I'm enjoying it so much. I love everyone that I work with. It's such a blessing, and having that paycheck is so wonderful. I'm just so baffled that I did this all without like having a college degree. I'm not gonna say like I don't understand how I did it. I know, because I worked my butt off and I learned how to use social media to my advantage. And so with all of that, learning the business, it all came together. That's been a huge thing, and that's why I'm not here on YouTube. I mean, I am gonna be here. I don't know. I'm trying to put out a video a week. I needed like a full month to like get my life in order and to figure out my new routine. That's the big change besides the relationship, which I know that's what you guys wanted to hear about. So if you have questions about interviewing and making your resume or anything like that, I am so looking forward to me making videos about marketing, because it's so fun. To have like a corporate job is so fulfilling. If you have questions about the job or anything, please leave them down below. Again, I'm going to be making a Q&A after this. Another thing that I've taken on is I am now a youth group leader at my church. Something that I've been really shameful about is that I haven't been going to church on Sundays. I go to Bible study on Mondays, but I haven't been going back to church because my home church is a church that I grew up in, and all my friends left, and I didn't really have anyone else there for me. That was just a lie that I was hearing. I had always wanted to be a youth group leader because I had such a wonderful time in youth group, and I did it. I met with a youth pastor, and I am now leading the freshman girls at my church, and it's gonna be an adventure, and I'm so looking forward to working with girls and to creating these relationships, and to, hopefully making their lives better, and to showing them the love of Christ, which is what I'm really looking forward to. Youth group changed my life, and it's the one thing that made me the person that I am today. So yeah, and that's Sundays and Wednesdays. So my week is booked, y'all. I'm with Bible study on Monday. I don't have time, but I have the weekend. It's very rewarding to have a busy schedule. Like, before this, I was just working from home, and I had to deal with so much from my family life. We moved last summer into a 2-bedroom apartment, and there's 3 of us. It might look like I have a lot of space. I have the master bedroom because I was working from home and I film here, but it's tough. And I'm not shamed at all of where I am, where I'm living, because I have a roof over my head, and I live in wonderful California. I get to go to Disneyland, and I have this wonderful YouTube channel. So the next thing I want to talk about is modeling. In my last video, I kind of ended off and I wanted to be a plus size model. There have been some incredible opportunities that came my way this last year, and if you follow me on Instagram, you have already seen this stuff. I just haven't really talked about it here on my channel. I got to model for Torrid last March. Heather Traska, you should go follow her. She makes One Woman medleys. Torrid wanted to use us in their Betty and Veronica campaign. I was Veronica, obviously, and Heather was Betty, and we got to model their clothing line. Now, only a few images were shared. They're not actually on the website, but they were shared via social, email. It was an incredible experience. It was my first time ever modeling. The collection came out in June. I did it. I got to model. Now, I'm not signed by an agent at all, so these are just opportunities that come to me as an influencer. Before that, actually, I got to be an extra in The Hate You Give. So the movie that is out currently in theaters, I'm an extra in the prom scene. I'm supposed to do a video about it. Who knows when I'm gonna have time, because I don't have time for anything. Yeah. So I got to do that, and I've always wanted to be on the set of a film, and it is crazy how these things get made. And then lastly, I got to do a very fun video with Disney. Disney Style asked me to do their makeup tutorial for Sally for The Nightmare Before Christmas using the Party City makeup kit, and it was a full day on set. There was massive cameras. The video turned out to be 2 minutes, but it was a 12-hour day. It was very long because I had to do it twice. I didn't film any of the behind the scenes stuff because I was in front of the camera, but I'll have a video linked down below if you guys want to check it out. But it's been all over Facebook ads, and it's on the Night Before Christmas Facebook page, and the Disney style Instagram. I'm so thankful for that experience. Like, what? I'm so grateful for all these crazy, wonderful things that happen to me. We like to highlight the good stuff, but there's so much that goes on in my daily life that I don't ever talk about. I just don't want you all to think that, like, my life is glitzy and glamorous, even though it can be, and it definitely is at times. Another video I'm really thinking about doing is my salvation video. So if you guys want to like hear about my story with that, please let me know down below. For those who don't believe, thank you for listening. I understand, like, having different beliefs, that it's hard to listen to sometimes. That's just who I am. It's my person. It's grounded into me because I've seen it, I've experienced it, and I feel it. I think that's it for this video. Again, if you guys have questions at all, please leave them down below in the comments. I'm gonna do a follow-up to this as like a Q&A because I haven't done a Q&A in who knows how long. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I love every single one of you. I'm gonna try to get a video up once a week. We'll see. Gotta pick another day to upload just so that you guys can, know, because freaking YouTube doesn't push my videos out to people, and it's just gets me down. It gets my friends down. We're all just very depressed about our YouTube channels, but it's fine. Please follow me on Instagram if you want more like current life updates, because that's where I talk to most people there. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in another video another time, and just remember that you all are loved. If you're going through something horrible right now and you just feel like you're drowning, there's going to be a point where you're going to come up for air, and when you do, you're going to be able to look back on that in your life, and you're going to know, and you're going to learn from it, and you're just going to be better for it. Thank you all for watching. I'm Natasha. I'll see you all in the future. Keep calm and fangirl on. Bye.